Hey guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Well, on this channel at the very least. This video is going to be me reacting to Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Episode 0 in Japanese with Japanese subtitles, and we're gonna see how much I can understand. Now, why am I doing this? Well, my Japanese is okay, but I haven't really gotten better in like 10 years. I haven't studied in earnest for a while, and Mushoku Tensei is one of my favorite series. I'm super excited that season 2 is coming out, so I figured this would be a good time to kill two birds with one stone and get some studying in while getting some potential content out there. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. As far as how much I've consumed of Mushoku Tensei, I've read up until book 19 or so. For context for the anime viewers out there, the anime so far has gone up to about book 6, so I've kind of gotten about 3 times as much as the anime has shown so far. When I read it, I actually listened on Audible up to book 14, and then after that, for some reason, there's no Audible books available, so I read after that. So up until book 14, I was listening on Audible, and I would say I mostly understood what was happening. I would say the easiest to understand in the books were like the dialogues and the inner monologues, because there's a lot of repetition and kind of clarifying what was being said or what's happening. And the opposite of that was when the narrator would kind of describe a scene or scenery, and then in those situations, there wasn't a whole lot of repetition or kind of clarifying what was happening. Unfortunately, I think that this episode 0 has to do with when they were going over the story of Fitz slash Sylphie running into Ariel. I believe all of this was in the Bangai Hang, which was like the extras, like the special thing at the end of the book. All these Bangai hands I wasn't really listening to that closely. I was just kind of like, okay, fine, let's get back to the main story here. So yeah, there might be things in this episode where I'm actually surprised that that happened. Last thing I want to say is that I've only read up to book 19. I haven't finished the series, and there might be anime only viewers. Hopefully there's lots of anime only viewers. So obviously no spoilers in the comments. All right, so the episode is called Shugo Jutsu Fitz. I happened to accidentally see the English translation from a reactor on YouTube, and I believe it said Guardian Fitz. Now, Shugo Jutsu Fitz actually means something closer to like protection technique user Fitz. Like Jutsu is like technique user. I guess Guardian Fitz is fine, but yeah, if you're looking for the actual definition, it's more like protection technique user Fitz, which is a little bit different, I would say. All right, let's get down to it. Yeah, I'm kind of confused how this goes down. I was a little bit confused, like how everything was set up. Also, it says that Sylphie falls from or Fitz falls from the sky. So how does that work? Who saves her? What are they talking about? That's gotta be so scary.
アリエル様、あなたはこれからこの国の王になられるお方。つまらぬ風聞や式場で敵を作るのは好ましくありません。
あのね、デリック。あなたいつもそう言うけれど、私は第二王女なのよ。兄上が2人、姉上が1人。
I remember Derek actually.
限り私が王になるだと無理な話。
You can kind of tell the animation's a little bit different from before. Yeah, how is she not dead? What? How is she not dead? Oh. What? Huh? It just turned white just like that? By accident? What? Yeah, I don't remember this in the books. I guess I wasn't paying attention hard enough, but I was like, what is going on? Oh, it matches my background. Perfect timing. So they know she's a girl from the beginning, right? Because the whole thing about Fitz was like, he, quote unquote, pretends to be a boy the entire time.
夢ではありません。フィットア領は消滅したようです。
How does she know?
あなたの故郷はもうありません。
How does she know though?
あなたの家族も友人も探し出すのは困難でしょう。
Didn't this just happen?
処遇についてですが、王宮への侵入についての罰が下ると思います。
Oh, that's why she's wearing the sunglasses?
私のそばにいれば、あなたの家族を探し出すと約束しましょう。大丈夫。私が力になります。それまで、今この瞬間から名前も姿も変えて。
Oh, that's why. But if she says she's Sylphie, no one will know who she is anyway, so I don't see the point. But yeah, like, if she teleported instantly, how would they already know that Hitorio is gone?
ルーク、本日の予定はどうなっていますか？
朝食の後、午前中は大広間で懇談会。午後からはいつも通りピレモン教との会合があります。
ピレモン教。
ピレモン教だなんて他人行儀な。あなたのお父様ではありませんか？
Was that his dad?
ピレモン教ではないですか。
Oh, that's his dad.
アリエル様。午後からの会合、お忘れなきよ。
分かっています。
おや、これはアリエルにピレモン教。
実は本日のおやつは何にしましょうかと密談を。
その通りでございます。
おやつといえば、妾の子の私とは違い、聖妃の血を引く高貴な妹君は、最近になって木の実がたっぷりと乗った豪勢なケーキの魅力に目覚めたと聞き及んだのだが。
何をおっしゃいますのお兄様。そんなケーキ、私のような未熟者にはまだ似合いませんわ。
Their conversations are so weird.
ピレモン教貴殿は昔からケーキの上の木の実を最後まで取っておいては誰かに横取りされ食べられてしまっていたな。
What are they talking about?
望まぬもの。
そんなこともございましたでしょうかね。
貴殿もいい年だ。そろそろ木の実を誰に譲るかぐらい自分で決めても良いのではないか。
それはもうグラーベル殿下の他にはおりません。
それなら良いのだ。アリエル、今度またあの綺麗な歌声を聞かせてくれよ。お前が表舞台に立つのは歌う時だけでいい。
Yeah, the way they talk, I have like no idea what they're talking about.
少し外す。気を抜くなよ。あれが噂の無言のフィッツ。
とても貴族には見えんな。
魔術師団にはもっと生まれの高貴な者が大勢いるという。
という言葉を知らんか。
生い立ちも知れない。
上級貴族のお年
アリエル王女は
Yeah, was this in the books? Might have been like a couple like sentences here and there where they're like, yeah, they're talking shit about her.
これはフィッツ殿、大丈夫ですか。さあ、お手を。お、随分と華奢な手をしておられる。
本当だ。まるで少女のような。
Oops. Yeah, I don't remember this in the books at all.
そびえ立つ王女と小麦の海原の
What she was singing and the subtitles did not match. I guess it was the title? Alright, this part I remember. When Arya gets attacked. Never mind, she's dreaming. Yeah, how did the color of her hair changed? Like, I know why her hair was green in the first place. They'll explain that later, but I don't know how it changed so quickly from green to white.
アリエル様、僕の友達や家族は見つかりましたか？
How long has it been?
何分世界中に散らばっているようなので。そうですか。すみません。今の私の力ではなかなか。いえ、僕一人では何もできなかったし、感謝してます。そうだ、フィッツ。今晩私の部屋に来なさい。最近あなたは夢見が悪くうなされていると聞きます。誰かと一緒に寝れば和らぐのでは？
Okay.
でもルーク、なんとか言ってよ。
いいじゃないか。褒美と受け取っておけ。
褒美って
騎士団や衛兵には平民手が多い。アリエル王女にとっては手のつけやすい相手でしょう。まずは手始め。
This guy, fucking Darius.
それに彼女は紙幣を持ちませんしな。
Is Darius the guy who wanted to have Erisa?
実際に動くのは待った。そのほとんどがアリエルの息がかかったものに変わればクーデターが起きかねない。
なかなか先見の明がある。
どうする？
どうもこうもありませんな。殿下の敵となるならばおのずとやるべきことは決まりましょう。
というと、
芽を摘むのではなく種をまくものを刈り取るのです。
Wait, is that girl the assassin? I know they sent an assassin after Arieru.
ダリウス、お前に任せよう。
I know they sent an assassin after her.
ラベル殿下。
I can see why I totally wasn't paying attention to this when I was listening to the audible though. Because it was just like so much talking, I'm just like, that's probably what happened. This was like a year ago when I listened to this, so
言われた通り来ましたけど。
yeah. So
よく来ました。
this is where Fitz fights off the assassin.
ベッドへ行きましょうか。一緒に寝るだけですよね。ええ、もちろん。
Yeah.
目が怖い。怖いことなんて。
Oh my gosh.
確かに今私興奮していますが。
What do you mean?
さあ、ベッドに横になりなさい。
Oh my god.
怖いってアリエル様。怖くない。ダメだよ。
Dude.
アリエル様も知ってるでしょ。僕は知ってます。
Dude,
ですからあなたにも私を知ってもらいたいんです。
I would be uncomfortable too. Oh my god. Stop.
なんて。冗談はこれくらいにしておきましょう。
Okay, that's not funny.
一緒に寝るだけ。そう言ったでしょ。それとも本当に襲われるとでも？そういう顔を見ると襲いたくなりますが。
Oh my god.
本当に寝るだけ。
Stop messing with her.
私も夢を見るんです。夢ですか？あの日の夢。デリックが魔物に殺されて、そのまま私も。そんな悪夢です。アリエル様も？ええ。
Yeah, Derek ends up being kind of important in the future. Yeah, was it the girl that Darius was like feeling up before? I think so, right? Yeah.
何事ですか？僕の後ろから離れないで。
Get wrecked.
Fitz? しっかりして、フィッツ。
何事ですか？
ルーク、襲撃がありました。至急医者を。
はっ。
しっかり、今助けます。頑張って。
Doesn't she kind of like heal herself, like good look
今
good?
回襲ってきた少女は有名な暗殺者嫁の鷹だと判明しました。今まで何人もの貴族が犠牲になっているようです。
体の具合はフィッツ。もう大丈夫。毒は少量だったし。私は必ずこの国の王になります。
我らが未来の王、アリエル姉もいアスラ王女殿下。
僕は友達を守るためにこの道を選んだ。あの日からずっと悪夢は見ていない。
Wait, in the books I'm pretty sure she had like a lot of people with her that just end up dying. I'm confused. Hey guys, it's actually been about a week since the reaction that you just saw, just dealing with personal things, you know how it is. First, I want to apologize for the really crappy sound quality. Some of the sound settings were a bit messed up, and that caused a loud ruffling sound even when I just barely moved. But obviously I can't re-record my initial reaction, and I didn't want to re-record the intro either, so again, apologies for that. The other thing I want to apologize for is not really reacting that much. I was actually a bit nervous for some reason, partly because I've never really done anything like this. Another reason why I didn't really say a whole lot was because I didn't want to talk over dialogue, just in case I missed something. But yeah, from now on, I will try to be more expressive. I'll try to actually react to what's going on screen. So again, apologies for that. As far as the Japanese was concerned, this was actually one of the harder Mushoku Tensei episodes for me to understand. First of all, there were just a lot of words I had to look up after the fact, definitely more so than usual. The second reason is that there were a couple of conversations that were filled with metaphors / innuendo that I had a hard time understanding at the time. The first conversation was the one between Ariel and Luke. And I'm going to be honest, I had no idea that they were talking about nipples at the time. The second conversation I had trouble with was between Gravel, Ariel, and Pillamon. And Gravel was using like a cake topped with fruit as a metaphor for the crown, basically. And I'll go over both those conversations right now. So let's go over that opening scene. Ariel starts off with, "So, what color were they?" And Luke responds with, "A pretty pink. Well, there was a hint of orange." And this word I learned for the first time. Gakaru is like something ish, like orange-ish. And Ariel says, "I like them cherry blossom colored and pointing up." To which Luke replies, "However, Ariel, ones that are folded in are good as well." And to that she replies, "Luke, you're saying that inverted ones are good as well?" This word I had to look up also. It's kanbotsu. And funny thing, if you look up kanbotsu in a Japanese English dictionary, one of the example sentences that comes out actually talks about inverted nipples. And when I saw that, I Google imaged inverted nipples, and I saw a bunch of images of people who had corrective surgery for that. Let me just tell you, Google image inverted nipples at your own risk. Luke goes on, "For me, as long as they're big." To which Ariel replies, "Luke, you have no taste." Now let's talk about the conversation in the hall between Ariel, Pillamon, and Gravel. So before this, Gravel comes up to them and asks, "Are you having any sort of secret conversations?" To which Ariel replies, "Actually, we were just talking about what today's refreshments will be." And Pillamon says, "That's exactly right." To which Gravel replies, and this reply is what really screwed me up for the rest of this conversation. Because once you know what he's saying here, the rest of the conversation is much easier to follow. But because I got tripped up here, I just had no idea what they're talking about afterward. So he starts off with, "Speaking of refreshments, unlike me, who is the son of a concubine, I've heard that you, younger sister, who bears the blood of the lawful wife, has recently awakened to the allure of that luxurious cake with kinomi on top. Kinomi literally means a tree's fruit. So in this case, it can be berries, it can be nuts, or it can just literally be fruit. So Ariel replies, "What are you talking about, brother? That kind of cake wouldn't fit someone inexperienced like me at all." And then Gravel starts to pile on. "Lord Pilamon, you've always saved the fruit on the top of the cake for last, only to get it taken and eaten by someone else. On top of that, someone you didn't even like." Then Pilamon says, "Has something like that ever happened?" And then Gravel really piles on. "You're getting up there in age. Isn't it time that you decide for yourself who you entrust that fruit to?" And then Pilamon says, "Why, none other than your highness." Gravel says, "Then good. Ariel, next time let me listen to that pretty singing voice of yours. The only time you should be standing center stage is when you're singing." I went back to see where this episode takes place in the books, and it actually takes place over 3 extra chapters at the end of 3 separate books. And keep in mind that I listened to these books over a year ago, and I was kind of binge listening at the time, so that's my excuse for not totally remembering what happened. However, going forward, I have been re-listening to the books, starting with book 7, which is when this next arc begins. So hopefully I'll remember it better, and hopefully I'll be able to kind of point out some of the differences between the anime and the books for you guys. So I mentioned before that it's been about a week since I reacted. That means that this video is going to come out about 2 weeks after episode 0 actually aired. I will do my best to catch up. However, I only have Amazon and Netflix, and on Amazon, you have to have a special subscription on top of Prime to watch the episode. And on top of that, there are no Japanese subtitles, which I really need. And as far as Netflix is concerned, for some reason, Netflix comes out with Japanese subtitles, but it comes out on Thursday rather than Monday. So even after I catch up, I'm always going to be late about 3 days. Anyway, thank you for watching. I don't really think I did a good job with this video, but hopefully I'll do better next time. See ya.